Hello everybody and Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2022. And what should homebrewers be doing on this day? Well, brewing a beer, of course, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. We are brewing, or I am brewing, unless you guys want to join me. I am brewing a Twin Cities Scottish Ale today. And then after that, we're going to use that yeast cake for this beer to brew a Scottish Wee Heavy. So I guess it's going to be kind of a two-part video here. I don't know if it's technically going to be a two-part video, but there'll be two beers with one yeast cake, which is basically what the MashMaker book says to do. So we have to follow directions and we have to get these beers brewed and brewed correctly. Here is the ingredient list for today. This is the original ingredient list here. I've changed it up a little bit because our target OG is supposed to be 1032, which gives us about a 3.2% ABV beer. I wanted it to be a little higher, so I bumped up the target OG, or the target gravity, to 1041. So instead of doing 4.5 pounds of English Maris Otter, I am adding 7. And then I'm just changing up the flaked oats from 6 to 7 ounces simply because I had 7 ounces in a bag left. So that doesn't really change too much. I just upped the English Maris Otter for the most part. So here is your 7 pounds of English Maris Otter, 3 ounces of English roasted barley, 1 pound of English dark crystal malt, and that's basically a 60L, 7 ounces of flaked oats. And the only hop today, and we have 2 additions, is going to be UK Fuggles. So we are adding a 1/2 ounce at T-minus 60 and 0.25 ounces at T-minus 5. And then we will cool the wort. We have some salt additions for today. We have some baking soda, some Epsom salt, some gypsum, and some regular salt. So this right here, this line here is for the mash, and this right here is for the sparge water. So I'm not going to tell you what I'm adding here simply because it's going to be different for you and what you're using as far as your water. So if you're using RO water, it's going to be different. If you live in Minnesota and you're using the tap water, that's going to be different. I live in Milwaukee. I got a Ward's Laboratory test packet back, told me exactly everything that was in the water. I added that into Beersmith, and then you just put in the style of beer that you're brewing for that day, and it will calculate what you need to add in order to get that particular water profile. And I am going with a London water profile today, and basically it's very little salt additions, but that is what they told me to add. So I'm going to go with that. And of course today, hot scotchy day, and I'm just going to be adding the Balvenie today. So that is it for thou. I will be using a Y yeast 1332 Northwest Ale yeast. I have the temperature holding at 158. Unfortunately, the grain bill is so low that it didn't get above my reader on the pot. So this is not working. I had to use my other thermometer to make sure I had correct temperature. So I'm going to let this sit at 158 or keep it as close as possible for about an hour. And the recirculating process has begun. While we wait for the mash, gonna have a little plate of lasagna that my beautiful wife made, and a 7-Up. So I grabbed a little wort and I took a gravity reading, and it's at 1065 right now, so seems like it's going pretty well. This smells good. I added the scotch into this. We're gonna have a little hot scotchy. First one of the year, 2022. Oh, fantastic. Yes, Happy New Year, for sure. Oh, that's so good. Oh, it's a little roasty, but not very much. It's just had that 3 ounces of English dark roasted barley. Yeah, roasted barley. So it's got a little bit of a bitter bite, but for the most part, that Maris Otter is really coming through and nice and sweet. Well, the snow has finally shown up here in Milwaukee. This is our first big snow event of the season on January 1st. We're supposed to get 48 inches tonight, but we'll see if that's true when we wake up in the morning. It's about time to bring this brew day to a close. So I've taken the final gravity and we're at 1040. So I wanted 1041, 1 point shy. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to pour a little wort in here and do a little taste test and see where we're at. Here's the wort. Not bad. Yep, sweet, but just a tiny bit of bitterness, which is probably what this recipe is going for. Not too much bitterness with a Scotch ale. They're usually kind of sweet. Not bad at all. We got the temperature down to 57 degrees, so I'm going to have to put it, I'm going to have to wrap some stuff around it and my heating pads and get that up to about 62, because that's where we're going to be fermenting, at 62 degrees, and I want to hold it at that temperature until it's done. So, well, hope you enjoyed the brew day. Happy New Year, everybody. Let's hope 2022 is better than 2021 and 2020. We're getting through this. We're on the backside, I hope. And everything's going to be good. Cheers, everybody.